Hello everyone.
Hello.
How are you?
Yeah.
Was the week good?
Hello, Miss.
Hello.
Hi. Hi, Miss.
Hi. Okay. Today we are going to start a new topic, but before the new topic, we have to revise the previous one. Anyone to make me recall the previous lesson? Anyone?
Major features of the continent.
Very good. It was about major features of the continents, the 7 continents, yes? Anyone to make me remember the major points we discussed? Okay, it was about major features of the 7 continents. And when we talk about the major features of the 7 continents, we have seen the area, number of countries, population, and from the geographic features, yeah, highest mountain, largest lake, and longest rivers in each of the continent. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember the highest point in Europe? The highest mountain in Europe?
The highest mountain.
In Europe? What was the name?
Elbrus.
Huh? Mount
Elbrus.
Elbrus, yes? Where is it?
Yes.
In Russia, yes? Mount Elbrus is the highest point or mountain in Russia. And what is Volga? We have mentioned the name Volga. What is it and where was it?
It is the longest river.
Who is XDD? Who is XDD? Anyone named by XDD? Who are you?
Me.
Your name? Your name
El
is
Shaddai.
El Shaddai. Okay. Okay. So Volga is the longest river, and where?
In Europe.
In Europe. It's
Europe.
still in Russia,
Europe.
yes? How about Yangtze River? Where is it?
Asia.
Yangtze River.
Asia.
Asia, yes?
Asia.
Very good. Adonias Kirubel. Adonias? Are you there? No? Okay, Afomia?
Yes.
Would you list the first 3 largest countries of the world? The first 3 largest countries of the world.
The first largest
Asia?
country is
I said country.
Russia,
Then?
Asia.
The first 3.
Canada,
Canada. The third is?
China,
Africa.
The third is China, yes?
China.
Lil Teshitala. Are you there? Lil? Okay. Amin
Yes, miss.
Solomon? Lil, are you there?
Yes.
Okay. Would you list the first 3 most populous countries of the world? The 3 most populous.
China.
Okay. The second one?
Indian.
China, followed by India. The third is
India,
USA,
United
The third
States of
is?
America,
yeah, the third is
United
USA.
States of America,
Very good. Yeah, the United States of America is the third. Okay, anyone to tell me the most spoken languages of the world?
China.
China is not a language. Chinese. or
English,
Mandarin?
French,
Mandarin.
Russian,
Mhm.
Spanish,
Spanish.
Okay.
Arabic,
English.
Arabic,
Okay. How
Hindi.
about
France,
the UN official language? Okay, that's good. That's enough. The UN official language, the sixth.
English.
Arabic,
Spanish. French.
Spanish, Russian.
Okay. So to tell you the official language, you heard it in English, French, Spanish, Chinese, Russian, and Arabic are the UN official languages. Yes, and we have seen the super languages of the world. That is Niger Congo, Australasia, Indo-European, Sino-Tibetan, Afro-Asiatic, and Nilo-Saharan. Then we pass to the today's topic, that is about under the head of the people of the world, particularly on civilization. Then is there anyone to tell me what civilization is, or in the way you understand what civilization is? Explain for me in the way you understand civilization. Don't take the definition given in the PowerPoint, your own. Yes.
Civilization is the development of a given society.
Okay, good. The development of a society. But development here is very broad. Yes, we need to explain it. So civilization is, as you can see from the PowerPoint, civilization is a complex society characterized by urban development. That means there has to be a development of an urban, because civilization focuses on cities and urbans. Then there has to be social stratification imposed by culture, elite. The culture has to be developed, and that means there has to be a high level of culture, and the society has to be grouped based on that culture. Then that society should have a symbolic system of communication. That means mostly a writing system. Most ancient civilizations, they had a writing system. And also there is a perceived separation from and domination over the natural environment. That means the natural phenomenon or natural environment shouldn't dominate the society, but the society has to dominate the natural environment. For example, they have to dominate over the climate. Climate has impact, but they should have a system or a level of development that dominates the impact of the natural environment. Therefore, if a society has all these things, a developed urban, a classification of the society, and the system of writing, and also if they dominate the nature, then they characterized the civilization. Or in other words, you can say civilization is an advanced state of human society. That means advancement. Advancement refers for the level of development, yes, growth, in which a high level of culture, science, industry, thought, and government has been reached. It means if a society has developed in its culture, that means if they promote their culture to the rest of the world, that means beyond their own society and country, if they have many inventions in science and technology, and if they have industries, or if there are industries in manufacturing sectors, and also if they develop in thought, that means in mind, in thought, then if they have also government, a level of government, if they have a high level of government, different types of government, then that is civilization. So you can simply define civilization as an advanced state of human society in which a high level of culture, science, industry, thought, and government has been reached. And when we talk about the civilization, the beginning of civilization, it was before 5,000 years, before 5,000. That means in BCs, most of the world's ancient civilization was started before the birth of Jesus Christ in many BCs. The origin of civilization is highly linked with the cultivation of crops and domestication of animals. Then this process need the people to settle in a permanent place. If there is no permanent settlement of the people, that means there is no civilization. If people are nomad, that means if they are cattle herders, that means if they move from one place to another in search of food, that means when you start history, in the prehistoric period, two people were hunters and gatherers. So for hunting and gathering and in search of water, people move here and there. Then that time there was no civilization because civilization needs the people to settle in one place or permanently. Then when they settle permanently in an area, then they should have a permanent economic system. Then that economy or that way of life is based on cultivation of crop. It means agriculture, and also the domestication of the animals. Therefore, this domestication of crops and domestication of the animals and cultivation of crops is the one that linked to the beginning of or the original civilization. Am I clear? Am I?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Therefore,
Yes.
if you are asked what is civilization, you say the advancement of human society in science, culture, thought, industry, and government. And when was the beginning of civilization? Before 5,000 years.
5,000 years ago.
What marked the beginning of civilization? You say the cultivation of crops and domestication
And
of
domestication of
animals.
animals.
Yes, unless people settle in one place, there is no civilization. So it needs permanent settlement of people. And civilization is grouped into three: the ancient, medieval, and modern. This time we are in modern civilization. But the point we talk here today is about the ancient civilization. When we see the purpose of civilization, it will improve the people's understanding of the world. The purpose is by understanding the progression, civilization will improve the people's understanding of the world and the people who live in it. They understand the whole world. If they are advanced in science and technology, in thought and government, they can understand the world. And also they understand the people. They know the people, their character, it could be the way they live, their culture, and so on. When we see the features of civilization, so the features of civilization are advanced cities. We said it earlier. It needs, that means civilization needs the advancement of cities, advanced cities. If there are no advanced cities, then there is no civilization. Then it needs an organized central government that controls the whole state. And complex religion, that means many religion. and job specialization, different types of jobs. It means then social classes, different types of social classes, could be the higher or lower and middle, or it could be with different names. And writing system, art and architecture, and public works. So the futures of civilization includes all these things: advancement of cities, organized central government, complex religions, job specialization. In job specialization, then office workers, farmers, or slaves, or the high class nobilities, and so on. Then writing system, most ancient civilizations of the world, they had their own writing system. You can take the Sanskrit, the logography, and so on. The first 6 ancient civilizations in the world, there were many ancient civilizations, and the earliest one was Mesopotamia. The earliest civilization in our world was the Mesopotamian civilization. It was developed around the rivers of Tigris and Euphrates. Then the Egyptian civilization, then the Indus Valley or the Harappa ancient civilization, then Indus and Indus, they are different. Indus is in Asia, then in Europe and parts of Asia. Then Indus was the civilization in Peru, that means in Latin America. Then the China in Asia. Then the Mesoamerica are of the earliest and most known ancient civilizations in our world. And the time of this ancient civilization was in between 6,000 and 3,500 years. And the first civilization we see today we discussed today is about the ancient Greece civilization. Anyone to tell me anything about ancient Greece civilization? Is there anyone? About the ancient Greece civilization.
Ancient Greece was the birthplace of Western civilization, and it began about 2,500 years ago.
You are reading directly from the textbook, yes? Isn't it? The textbook. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. You are reading the book. Good. So it was the oldest in Europe, you can say, or the first civilization in Europe. The ancient Greek civilization was started around 1400 BC. BC stands for what? Before Christ, before the birth of Jesus Christ. Then the ancient Greek civilization was concentrated and what is today known as the western coast of Turkey. Largely it was concentrated on Turkey. You know what Turkey is, yes? The country Turkey. But later, they expanded to the areas of, or to the cities of the Mediterranean Sea and also to the coast of Black Sea. Most areas of the Mediterranean Sea, they were under the control of ancient Greek civilizations. But when they start their civilization, and also the power dominated over the Turkey. Therefore, you say they started around the western coast of Turkey. Then the territory expanded to Mediterranean Sea and also the Black Sea. So here, don't forget the time. The time is around 1400 BC, before the birth of Jesus Christ. And the beginning point was western coast of Turkey. Later, the territory included areas of Mediterranean Sea and Black Sea. Then, the ancient name of, or the older name of Greece was Yunnan. They were That means not the people, the place was called Yunnan. Greece, by the way, Greece refers for the country and Greek is for the people, okay? You may get Greek and Greece, and both of them are correct, but Greece is for the country and Greek is for the people. Am I clear? Am I clear?
Yes.
Yes. So when you want to refer to the people, you say Greek. When you want to refer to the land or to the country, you say Greece, okay? And yeah, the center of this civilization was in Athens, the strongest of all the city-states of ancient Greece. The strongest one was Athens. So the Athenian, we say the Athenian civilization mostly in place of Greece civilization, because they were the one who started this civilization. So we say the Athenian civilization, like we say the Athenian democracy, because democracy was first applied in Athens, yes? So Athens was the center and Yunnan was the older name of Greece. So this civilization was developed in small city-states. When you see most of the ancient civilizations of the world, they developed following river valleys. For example, when this Mesopotamian civilization was developed following the river valleys of Tigris and Euphrates. When you see the Chinese civilization, it was around the river valleys of first Yellow, then Ganges. When you come to the Egypt, then it was following the river valley of Nile, and so on. Only few ancient civilizations were developed developed in city-states or in cities. So the Greece civilization developed chiefly in small city-states, and these small city-states were called polis. The smallest city-states, polis. Then they had many city-states. That means over 1,000 city-states. But the most known were, number one, Athens, then Sparta, then Corinthians, Thebes, Caracas, Aegina, Rhodes, Argos, Eritrea, like the Eritrea we know in Africa, and Elis, but it is not the Eritrea we have this neighboring country. So these are the city-states which contributed a lot in the civilization of Greece. But the strongest and the one which started the Greek civilization was Athens, and followed by Sparta. And the Greeks called themselves the Hellenes. The Greeks called themselves the Hellenes. So the Hellenes refers for the people, the Greeks. It's not the others call them Hellenes, it's themselves calling themselves the Hellenes. And the system of government they had was oligarchy. Is there anyone to tell me what oligarchy is? Anyone?
It is a form of government ruled by a few powerful people.
Yeah, it's the system of government in which few dictators control a state, yes? So the first system of government they had was oligarchy. So in other states also there was different type, monarchy, and in others there was tyranny. And later on in the medieval period, they used, especially the Athens, they used democracy. So before the beginning of democracy, they had oligarchy. In some other states, tyranny, and also monarchy. So oligarchy was the most dominant one over this civilization, over ancient Greece civilization, it means. They contributed a lot, or they were famous in philosophy. You may know these names: Aristotle, Socrates, and Plato. You know these persons, yes? The well-known philosophers of the ancient world. You may know this name, especially this Aristotle in your sometimes in your chemistry or physics, yes, and others too. And also they were well known in medicine. They contributed a lot in medicine. And the father of medicine, Hippocrates, was also from Greece. And the father of history, Herodotus, was from Greece. And in writing, yes? Do you remember the blind writer? Homer, yes? In art, architecture, they had many personalities or well-known people. And also they contributed a lot in modern Olympic game. By the way, this Olympic game had the old history and modern, that means the old one and the modern one. The modern Olympic game was started in Greece, and the first was held in 776 BC, the modern Olympic game. So we mostly relate this modern Olympic game or the Olympic to Greece. So they achieved their period of glory and prosperity from around this 1400 BC to the 8th BC. And later, this period of glory and prosperity came to an end with the outbreak of the Peloponnesian War. Peloponnesian War was held between Athens, the one which started the Greek civilization, and the other power contender police or city-state, that is Sparta, from 431 BC to 404 BC. Then in this time, the winner was Athens. So due to this war, the Peloponnesian War, Athens weakened because Athens was defeated by Sparta. Even if Sparta was the winner of the Peloponnesian War, then it couldn't make Greece as famous as it was. Therefore, due to this war, these two strong small city-states weakened. The other city-state, that is Macedonia, appeared stronger. So when the other city-states, that means Sparta and Athens, grew weaker, Macedonia appeared stronger. And this time, King of Macedonia, King Philip II, set out to conquer Greece. That means the whole city-states of Greece. Then he was successful. He defeated the city-states. Then he gave the power to his son. And do you know the name Alexander the Great?
Mm.
Is there anyone very familiar with this name, Alexander the Great? Is there anyone? No? Okay, Alexander the Great was the son of Philip II of Macedonia in Greece. Then he gave the throne to his son Alexander the Great. Then Alexander the Great started leading this Greece, and that means city-states of Greece. And also he controlled Persia, that means the Persian Empire, the present-day Iran and Afghanistan, it means. Then he controlled Egypt. He was the king over these states. Macedonia, his own land, then the rest of the city-states of Greece. Then he invaded the Persian Empire, then also Egypt in Africa, in Northern Africa. He controlled all these parts. Then he died in 323 BC, 323 BC. Then after the days of Alexander the Great, they named it the Hellenistic Age. Why they called Hellenistic? Because the people of Greek called themselves what? The Hellenes. Then the period after the days of Alexander the Great, named by the people, the Hellenistic Age. That means the era of the Hellens. Then during this time, during the Hellenistic age, these people also controlled this Persia. They controlled, even if this Alexander the Great died, they also controlled the Persian Empire. Then the power of the Hellenistic age, or the ancient civilization of Greece, came to an end because of the Romans. When the Romans controlled them in 146 BC, then this ancient Greece civilization came to an end. So this is why the ancient civilization of Greece came to an end. When you see why the ancient civilization of Greece decline and fall, so the primary causes for the decline and fall of the ancient Greece civilization, number one, Greece was divided into city-states. And there was constant warring between the city-states. We have seen the Peloponnesian War, and we have seen the conquest of Macedonia over Greece. Therefore, this weakened them. Then they couldn't unite against their common enemy. Rome was the major power contender or enemy for them, but they couldn't unite. They were disintegrated among themselves, yes? Therefore, they were weakened because of the war among themselves. And the poor classes in Greece began to rebel against the aristocracy and the wealthy. The aristocracy means the nobility who lead the people, and the wealthy. The poor ones were rebelling against the nobilities, and the rich ones, the wealthy ones. So this weakened them internally, and also the city-states of Greece had different governments and were constantly changing alliances. I told you earlier, Athens had what system? What was the system? Oligarchy, yes? And also in other states, they had pure monarchy or the absolute monarchy. In others, there was a tyranny. There were warriors, and also they were constantly changing alliances. That means friendship between or among the city-states and other neighboring ancient civilizations. Once they can be with the Persians, and other time to the Romans, and others among themselves. That means Macedonia with the other city-states. Therefore, this constantly changing alliances also contributed a lot for the decline and fall of the civilization. So the other major reason for the downfall of the ancient civilization of Greece was Rome rose to power and became stronger than the individual states of Greece. So because of Rome, the ancient Greece civilization came to an end. By the way, I didn't mention the economic system. The economic system was largely on the economy was based on this trade, imported goods, because they had a problem of soil. The soil of Greece was in poor quality. The soil was not fertile, so they had no that much productivity in agriculture. Therefore, they were dependent on trade, and they imported many goods from neighboring ancient states and countries. And the region was different and polytheistic. Yes? Okay, the food products mainly, and also weapons, food products, weapons, and the construction materials for the ancient buildings. They imported many things, especially agricultural products, food products. They imported from neighboring states, especially the ancient civilization which were developed following the Mediterranean Sea. So they had a strong relationship with the ancient civilizations around the Mediterranean Sea so that they can easily import food products and also industrial products. Any other question? Any other question regarding this point? Any other question? Okay. I'm gonna ask you a question. When was the beginning of ancient civilization?
5,000 years ago.
5,000 years ago. What marked the beginning of ancient civilization?
Cultivation of crops and domestication of animals.
Very good. Cultivation of crops and domestication
And
of animals. Yeah. Anyone to tell me the features of civilization? Features of civilization.
Advancement of cities.
Okay.
Writing system.
Writing system. Very good.
Organized central government.
Complex system.
Okay.
Highly
Writing
Advanced
system.
social classes.
Social classes or stratification of the society. Government system.
Art
and
and religions.
Yeah, very good. Job specialization too. Yes.
Public works.
I didn't mention one thing, but I want to ask you this. The god of gods in Greek was called what? What do we call the god of gods in ancient Greece? I didn't mention this word because you know this name very well. God of gods in Greece or for the Greeks.
ጥያቄውን ትደግሚዋለሽ?
The answer.
ጥያቄውን ድገሚልን።
God of God. God of God.
Zeus. Zeus.
Very good.
Yes.
Zeus. Zeus was the god of gods. Actually, in religion, they were polytheists. They had many religion and they believe in different gods. Yes. Very good. Who was the father of medicine? The one who developed the Hippocratic oath, the promise that the medical doctors promised during day of graduation of Hippocratic oath. Who developed it and who was the father of medicine?
Hippocrates.
Hippocrates. Yes. How about the father of history?
Herodotus.
Very good. The well-known philosophers of ancient Greece.
Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle.
Yeah, very good.
Democritus. What's Democritus? Who's Democritus?
Okay.
What about?
Well, who did the Peloponnesian War? Who fought the
Sparta and Athens.
Peloponnesian War?
Sparta. Sparta and
Sparta and
Athens.
Athens. And
Athens.
who won the war?
Sparta.
Sparta.
Athens.
Yes.
Okay.
Who was King Philip II? King Philip II. King Philip II. King Philip II, King of Macedonia, yes? Very good. So the time is up for today, and next time we will see the ancient Rome civilization, then read about the Rome civilization, the largest of all the civilizations in the ancient world, yes? So read more about
Yes.
Rome civilization. And enough for today. See you next week. Bye.
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 Bye.